What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex. In this video, I want to talk about some Payday 3 news that has made people extremely upset. And to get right into it, it's always online. Whenever a game goes always online or says that it's going to be always online, you get a huge backlash, and I think rightfully so. Now, I'll explain why I think people are upset and why they probably should be upset as this video goes on. But let's talk about, the finer details. The community manager of the studio was doing a live stream. He was asked about an offline mode, and while you can play this game single player, and that's another big thing that people are upset about, right? You can play it single player, or also you can play it with others, but even if you play it by yourself, you still have to be online. So he says you will be able to play by yourself, but I do believe that you'll have to have a connection in order to play because it's made in Unreal Engine. It's using cross progression, cross play. I do believe you'll need to be online to play. So people are mad, as they probably rightfully should be, and let's just quickly explain why I think people are mad and why this is a general issue in gaming, period. So you could say, all right, well, as long as the game is up, being online, because I think I see one common argument against it being, okay, well, everybody at this point in time has Wi-Fi connection. Well, number one, I doubt that's actually true. I doubt everybody on planet Earth has Wi-Fi. Number two, you can never guarantee that the internet connection is always perfect. So while everybody on planet Earth could have Wi-Fi, technically, it could be really bad in certain parts of the world. The old argument used to be even like military, when you get deployed to foreign countries and you go there, you play a game, you might not have internet connection at all, or if you do, it might not be very good. So that was always one kind of thing people would go back to. But that is a fair argument, I think. The internet's not guaranteed to be amazing everywhere across the world. Number three, the biggest issue to me is they have all the control. They can pull the game, or they can just take it down whenever they want, slash if anything were to ever go wrong. So while past games in the Payday franchise can technically never go away, right? If you end support, it'll always still be there, and that's the case with just gaming in general. If your game is always online and they decide to take the servers down one day, or the studio shuts down, or just something happens, they make Payday 4 and they say, okay, well, 10 years, I think that's enough for Payday 3. You don't need to play Payday 3 anymore. I guess it probably goes back to the preservation of games, something I've harped on quite a bit, mainly on my third channel, Back to the Past. If you guys haven't checked that channel out, I'll leave a link in the description. But it's important. It's important for games that you can only buy digitally, right? That's kind of the same thing. They can decide to just remove it from the digital store one day and you can never play it. But it's also the same thing for a game, and it's maybe even more insulting for a game that you can say buy day one, you can buy Payday 3. It's also going to be on Game Pass, but you can get it. And then 5, 6, 7 years later, they say, well, we're not feeling it, or the company's gone, or we're making Payday 4. We don't really think you need to play Payday 3, and we're going to take it offline. And if you take it offline and you take, the servers, there is no game left, right? You paid for it, but there's no game there, because even if you play it single player, again, you always have to be online. And then one of the newer issues, I guess number 4, I think I've counted this right, number 4 on my list, is just the, unevenness of the online connectivity. Now, I mentioned, well, the Wi-Fi, or, the internet connection may not be great everywhere, but what about the servers? What about if the servers ever were to encounter some sort of issues? Diablo just faced this issue, and even before Diablo, there were games that you could look at as examples of what happens when, your character gets accidentally deleted, right? What happens when the servers go down, and, the Diablo example, I believe, was somebody who got the character to a level 100, right? They maxed their character out, and there was some sort of server issue, and the character was deleted. It was just gone, so they lost that character. Now, that's not to say that'll happen to every single person's character, but it is a potential issue. And again, when you have a game that's always online, not just are you at the mercy of them to take the game down one day, but you're also at the mercy of them to hope that the servers are always running good, because if there's ever issues, the game could be down for days, right? The game could say, oh, well, we have some issues. You can't literally play this game because of the server problems. You can't play this game for 2-3 days, but you bought it, right? But you can't play it. So that's always a problem. Maybe you lose your character, you lose progression of your character for Payday 3. There's a lot of issues. So I know most of this video has been explaining it, but in general, I think most people are kind of upset by this. There are a couple people saying, well, what's the big deal? People have internet connections. It's a much bigger deal than just that. I think that's looking at just one small part of it and not looking at the bigger picture. It's disappointing. I'm excited for this game. I like Payday 2 quite a bit. I'll be replaying it leading into Payday 3. But I intend to get Payday 3, but I'm probably going to get it through Game Pass. September is a busy month. Actually, the entire fall is a busy period, and I only have so much money, so I think I'm going to take the free out on this one and just do it through Game Pass. I'm still going to do it, so you can call me hypocritical. I just spent this whole time talking about, the negativity of this. I'll still play the game, but it's not a good look. That's one final thing to say. Not a good look. A lot of games face this kind of backlash when they do it, and I think kind of rightfully so. It's disappointing, too, because a lot of these games are probably really good. I think Payday 3 will be really good. I think a lot of people are excited for it. Again, being on Game Pass, this game could have the biggest audience of any Payday game ever. So, and then all those people are kind of going in to, I think, a bad situation or a future situation of what they could do with this game. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you're subscribed, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.